day one of the little East Coast road trip I'm doing. Been wanting to do this trip for a long time. Yeah, I'm starting out here in Atlanta, Georgia, making my way up the East Coast into Canada. So of course it's about 8 a.m. and we are sitting in traffic on the way to downtown Atlanta. It's gonna end up being the best route, unfortunately. Headed to DC right now. That's the first stop. It's gonna be about a 10 and a half hour drive with the traffic. And luckily I timed it perfectly so I can hit the rush hour traffic in the afternoon in DC. So, getting both sides of it today. In Portland, Maine currently. Driven up pretty much all of the East Coast. We just did Boston, Providence, New Haven, Connecticut. Just drove here from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Cool little water town as well. But we're here in Portland, Maine for about an hour. See the downtown area, and then we're headed on to Burlington, Vermont. Gonna stay in Burlington tonight. Anyways, pretty cool little road trip so far. Portland, Maine, thumbs up. Probably don't have enough time to get any lobster, but hey, next time. Check out the view. pretty cool. I'm into Portland.
Forefront Superhand sideline Jeremy.
Oh, no, I didn't mean... I just meant...
I thought you were a business brain, Mark, but you're better than that. You're what my grandma would call a real piece of shit.
All right, Burlington, Vermont has been a good time. A lot of cool stuff to see. Downtown area is really cool, the Church Street Marketplace. And now we're gonna head on to Montreal. Staying in Montreal tonight. Gonna be exciting. I've never been to Canada. Staying in Old Montreal. Good location as far as I can tell. Airbnb in it. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Gonna go cross the border. Let's do it. Just crossed the Canadian border. Of course, had a little run in at the border. They thought it was a bit weird that I was driving all the way from Georgia into Canada. So, you know, had to do a little search of the truck and everything. Of course, they completely ripped it apart, but they were nice about it because they're Canadian. Did they put everything back where they found it? No, absolutely not. Did they ask a few questions about certain elements of my truck that have been, how should I say, improvised due to failure of certain components? Yes, they did. We made it across the border. Just driving right now, you know, trying to keep her below 100 kilometers per hour, if you know what I mean. I knew they were gonna ask me some questions at the border, but like, I think it was a little excessive. They saw the cameras and stuff, and I mentioned, yeah, I do photography. And the guy asked, when was your last photography job? And I didn't know if that was a legitimate question or if maybe one of my friends like Brad called Canada ahead of time and got him to say that as a burn, as a joke, as a prank. Still undecided on how that exactly happened. So anyways, we're about at 1,700 miles total of driving in the last, I guess, 4 or 5 days, last 4 days, and the last 5 days. Canada, I'm here, babe. Canada, eh? Go Leafs, eh? Am I right, eh? Go get a Timmy Hortons, eh? Go catch a dart, throw back a couple of Molsons, eh? Canada, let's go, baby, Montreal. Like, seriously, they found shit in my truck that I didn't even know was there. All right, we made it. Montreal. This is the place, the Airbnb. Pretty sick. Yeah, there's a bunch of beds jammed in here because the idea is that a lot of people can stay in one apartment, but it's just me. There's actually a pub directly downstairs, so we're going to that immediately. Saying a toast to Canada, and then gonna go do some exploring. I'm out of here tomorrow, headed to Ottawa. Got my Canadian currency ready to go. Yeah, get a couple toonies, eh? Behind me is the Basilica de Notre-Dame, as the locals call it, Notre Dame. It's a little windy outside, a little bit rainy. Obviously, I'm supporting my Atlanta United, making a real impact in Montreal right now. Taking a little walkabout. In the next hour, I'm going to drive on to Ottawa, the capital of Canada. So here's the Basilica de Notre-Dame. So here in Montreal, or as the locals call it, Montreal, and pretty much in all of Quebec, or as the locals call it, Quebec, French is the first language. There's even actually some restrictions on putting English on certain signs and stuff like that. So they certainly do not like you to assume that they speak English. Everybody does, but you gotta start it off with a parlez-vous anglais. They're real serious about their French around here. We made it out of French Canada. Wasn't sure if it was gonna happen as an English speaker, but we made it. Quebec was really cool. Montreal specifically, good times. Saw a lot of the countryside as I came in, a lot of farms, a lot of cows. In Ottawa now, at the Airbnb for the night. Not a bad place, got a beautiful balcony view. Knocking over recycling bins as I said that. Check out this wolf. It's just a wolf on a pillow. I always wonder if people have hidden cameras in these places. You know what I mean? Check out the balcony. I figure this door out. Ottawa ain't bad. Nice little balcony situation going on right now. So really close to Parliament Hill. So I'm definitely gonna go check that out tomorrow morning. It's already about 5 right now, so I can't do too much tonight. As far as sightseeing goes, it's a little rainy as well. Just going to get the sightseeing stuff in tomorrow. For now, gonna find a place to eat. Probably have a couple of Molsons, eh? But yeah, Ottawa, we made it.
On a clock, June 6th on now. Got hit in amphetamine way.
Parliament Hill in Ottawa. This is where all the business goes down. Trudeau's probably in there having a coffee right now. It's not raining as much today, which is nice.
Folded arms and I felt your heart. Huh. Speedy eyes and I want what I want. The truth cut with the generalized fear. Cash baggies in our ashtray beers. And I know, you know, I wanna love you but I can't let go. Honey, and now
Got some Timmies, eh, bud?
Yeah, boy.
Little Timmies to start the day, eh? Double, eh?
My first Timmy's, bud.
Gonna go pick up at 2 for. I'm gonna lose my toque tonight, bud.
Hey.
Here with Sap in Toronto. You gotta leave the second tee out, as everybody knows.
Yeah, no, Toronto.
About to go to, Sap's going to rehearsal. I'm getting out of town. Gonna go hit the falls, eh? And then on down to Baltimore, eh? Baltimore.
Baltimore. You gotta leave the T out of that one,
gotta
too.
leave the T out of that one, too, famously, bud, eh?
Hit the town, went to Hey Lucy, went to Nolans.
Lucy.
Nolans.
Jazz Cafe.
Nolans. Saw a band play for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Anyways, Sap, thanks for hosting me. Good stuff.
I got you,
You
man.
texting, bud?
Yeah,
Busy right now, bud?
a little bit.
All right, we're leaving Toronto. This double is fantastic. It's perfect amount of cream for me. Sugar, a little on the sweet side, but I mean, the double, that's, they know how to do it there at Timmy's. So, let's get out of town. We're gonna go stop at Niagara Falls. The falls, eh? Gonna stop on the Canadian side and then head back into America. Didn't film much here in Toronto. Just hanging with my boy Sap. Who knows, I'll be back. Toronto seems like the place that I wanna come back the most so far, in the places I've been, so. Let's go to Niagara Falls. Let's go see the falls, buddy.
honey, and never stop. The weeds left, the bed burn. I know I want you, but I'm waiting my turn. Honey, it never stops. No, it never stops. No, it never stops. Can't park when the beauty bled out. 20 years in my car.
just pulled in back home. That was quite a trip. Official tally, 3,336.5 miles. Plenty of driving. So yeah, it was an unbelievable time. It was a great trip. Found a lot of spots up the East Coast that I'd like to visit again for a little longer. Also found a couple spots in Canada I'd like to go again as well. So yeah, it's been a while since I've taken a big trip. The truck held up very well. I have almost 270,000 miles on it total now. Yeah, this thing just doesn't quit. So I guess I got to start planning the next road trip now. Although maybe I'll skip the driving next time and travel by aeroplane, at least for a little bit. Lots of driving. So thanks for watching. That's it for this one. Peace.